These are the settings I use as an Eternal 6 player in Deadlock right now. For graphical options, I have everything down or off, basically, other than scaling. I use NVIDIA DLSS. Depending on what you have for your graphics card, you can try around, see which one you like the most. This should give you the most FPS possible. Texture quality, as long as your graphics card is half decent, you can put to high without having any negative effects in terms of frames per second. For in-game maximum frames per second, you want to set it right above your monitor refresh rate. I have a 270Hz monitor, so I'm running 273 maximum. Mouse, I use 0.5 with 1600 dpi on my mouse. If you want to replicate what I'm using and you're using 800 dpi on your mouse, just double this to 1.0. I have the in-game crosshair disabled. I use a separate program called Crosshair X. It's like $3 on Steam. Not a sellout, by the way. Yeah, I just don't like the in-game crosshair settings, so this is what my crosshair looks like in-game. Otherwise, for my launch options, I have this command, which changes the health bars in-game. If you haven't seen the new health bars, they're like a unified health bar that also shows you if the enemy is ult right away. You will also be able to see the health bar on the troopers behind the walls, which will help you out in your gameplay. You can check out my other shorts. I made a video about my favorite mods, and one I use and what I get frequently asked for is this color line mod for the troopers. Another setting you definitely want to have on is turn on skill rating if you want to see your rank. Click this box, show average team rating after a match, and then you can click on your profile and check your rank that way. For my keybinds, I use mostly the defaults, but I have a few things I do differently. What I like to do is I have my first ability on Q, so it's right next to my WASD, and my second ability is on E. So I can get my first two major abilities that I spam the most out very fast. For my third ability, I have it on my side mouse button right here. And then 4 is my ult, and that's the way I liked it. And then my other side mouse button is my melee. I'm using the scroll wheel up and down for my first two active items, okay? And then I use 3 and 5 for my last two. It's something I like. I come from Overwatch, so it was very normal for me to use Q and E. I don't really like reaching my hand over to 1 and 2, so those two buttons I don't use at all.